it out. I
Show
understand.
notes.
When did you print that?
No, I made sure to print it after I put all my shit on there.
Well, I added more shit.
Well, then you can fucking be the host then.
That was last week. What a great moment to go live, huh?
Yeah, that was quite comical, I guess. That fits how our usual normal thing is. I don't even have the pop-out chat up yet. So we got to get that rolling here. Oh, this big blue penis makes it hard for me to type. Wow, seriously? Go to OCX Radio Live. Yes, the Naked Hawk warning. Warning, Naked Hawks.
All right, I think this is the one.
I like my hawks naked.
I need that pop-out chat, baby. That's what I want.
All right,
There
I'm
we go.
going to grab a beer or a drink or something. Oh shit, I got to fix my computer first. Ah.
Freaking out. He just biffed it.
He just went.
Oh yeah, he totally did.
And he left.
I'm glad that I switched to the YouTube video to catch the delay. Because I didn't get to see it because I was going for the pop-out chat. That's awesome.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is your lovable host, Coach Kroll, with his brand new giant blue penis of a microphone that's going to apparently sit in front of my face.
Yeah, we apologize. He didn't get the foreskin colored one like we ordered.
You know, I so wanted to say this is your lovable, fuzzable radio podcast host, Coach, sitting behind the flesh-colored radio of the OCX radio podcast. Are you hearing that reverb?
I'm not hearing anything.
Because I thought I heard reverb. Maybe not. I don't know.
I think you're hearing shit.
How do I sound to you guys in the chat? Because that is our ultimate goal. We want to know how we sound to you. I feel like I'm supposed to have a software program running right now, but I don't.
Did you set your Google Hangouts microphone to the Blue Yeti?
It's giving me little green little tiny bars when it says you. So,
right, but it's going to pick that up. It's going to pick that up when you talk into it, but you need to make sure that when you have the settings for your Google Hangouts, that it's actually recording through the Blue Yeti.
For fuck's sake. Okay, microphone. Yeti stereo microphone B5E-9 little E84.
Sounds good.
I'm going to go with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done something correct.
We'll see how well I do drinking vodka lemonades after donating blood.
The fuck,
Nice.
dude? Come on.
I got some nice Jack honey here.
Oh, you bastard.
You know, you fuckers just, you're fucking enablers. That's what you are. You're goddamn enablers.
That's right. I need $50 store cred.
This fucking Gordon rules sucks balls.
I sent Gordon a t-shirt today. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, Chico's a saint. He can do whatever he wants.
What
Yeah,
t-shirt
Farmer
did you
said
send
so.
him? What t-shirt did you send him?
One of the Rogue Squadron.
Oh.
shirts.
Because remember, your long sleeve gray shirt is supposed to go to Matthew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember the guy that fixed Chicago's tire?
Help fix Chicago's tire.
Yeah, just I need an address.
I know.
Did you get Mark? Did you get Mark his t-shirt yet?
No, I haven't
What?
gotten it yet.
Oh my god.
I want to send him 2.0 templates, but I think I'm just gonna have to X.
He hasn't been on or hasn't talked to us in weeks, and it's
I
probably
know.
because he hasn't gotten his damn t-shirt.
He's pretty fucking pissed. Which is why I'm gonna send him the range rulers and a shirt this week. I'm gonna next week.
Hey Kyle,
Yo.
can you get us just a little bit of distance from your mic?
Like right there.
Yeah, your S's and T's were like
Super
popping a
enunciated.
little. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, Kyle, I want you to open your mouth real wide and just go.
I already did that earlier. And
Again. You know, fuck you guys and your new toys, and I want to have fun with mine, but nope, we've already done all the fun stuff already.
What's wrong, Coach?
I don't want to do that.
Are you sad that you can't be God voice?
What is going on?
You know what? Fuck you both.
Clean up on aisle 3. Clean up on aisle 3.
This is not cool. This is not cool. I don't get to participate in all the fun.
Price check on Coach's Vagisil.
Why am I hearing a reverb somewhere?
That was because we're being awesome.
Oh.
All right. Everybody starting Audacity. Let's start Audacity, please. So,
Oh, he's done being sad. Yeah, waves. I got waves.
As we wait in the elevator. All
Kai,
right.
you should not have this much control over technology.
Hey, I actually got it figured out pretty good. So we're ready to go.
Switching to targeting computer.
Damn it. I fucking hate this.
All systems go.
You know what? Fucking 3,
X-Wing
2,
checking.
1.
Oh, man.
Oh,
That was supposed to be snaps. I was waiting for the Good Morning X-Wing.
Oh, yeah. Snaps. One more time. Ready. 3, 2, 1.
Works.
Sound good.
Yay.
So it's just us tonight?
Yeah, it's that way for now.
I know that there is someone that is willing to come on later.
have grumpy old man time. I'm excited.
Looks like it's going to be after a commercial break.
After the commercial break, get off my playmat.
So if you are that fortunate person that knows what we're talking about, it's going to be after a commercial break, buddy.
We'll have to do snaps again.
Oh,
All right.
All snaps, all time.
All right. Are we ready to go?
It looks that way.
Let me move this. And move
We're
that.
moving at a medium pace.
I'm ready to go.
Good morning, X-Wing! Hey, this is not a test. This is OCX Radio coming to you live from... Oh!
Womp, womp.
Oh, shit.
Push
Where is
through
it?
it. Just go.
Where is it? Where is it? Oh.
you
don't have this shit memorized?
Oh my
What
god.
did I do with it? What did I do with it? It's not here. All right. Hold on. I got to dig deep for this. Usually I have it in front of me. It's not here. All right. Take 2. Good morning, X-Wing. Hey, this is not a test. This is OCX Radio. Time to rock it from the Delta Pilot to the 4BZ. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the OCX Radio podcast. Coming to you live from downtown Orange City, Iowa. My name is Aaron the Coach Kroll, welcoming you all to the greatest show on earth, at least the one that talks about X-Wing all day, mostly. But we would like to introduce our fellow co-host, the no other person that else showed up, Mr. Darth Chico Brown.
You are having way too much fun with that microphone, aren't you?
I'm actually having way too much fun with these sunglasses that stare. Hi, Chase. Bye, Chase. I'm actually having way too much fun staring at myself through the computer screen in these sunglasses. I feel like I'm Maverick right now. So
I'm actually super excited. This is the first time I've ever seen your computer, and it's like through the glare of your glasses.
Oh. let's get a little closer here. It is a laptop. It's not great. It works. So
Yeah.
you know,
Nice.
I'm pretty sure I've done this intro about 1,000 times. I can't believe I'm still forgetting how to do the fucking intro. This is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was impressive.
Yeah. Super impressive. It's like 3 sentences.
Well, the problem is you're too sober. If you were shit-faced, you would have been able to rattle it off
You know,
just from like muscle memory.
You know,
If you
and that
shit-faced,
you bring up a good point, and we're gonna come up with this a little later.
is Golf League over with?
No, he left early to
What?
fidget with his microphone.
No. Little internet blip there. No, Golf League's not. We just started the second half, buddy, and we just slaughtered our team. But getting back to the point, before we get into why I'm doing what I'm doing, oh, Jesus Christ! And bringing up the rear is none other than Kyle, the Sloot Stews.
Oh my God. Hello. I'm glad to be here and rocking all of the Blue Yeti microphones.
Oh,
Thank you,
goodness.
Patreons.
Hey, yeah, we all have Blue Yeti microphones staring us today. But guess what? Mine doesn't do the cool shit that yours does.
Not yet, but it will.
Oh, it will. Maybe, because I don't think you guys want
Coach
mine.
is sad.
Yes, coach.
He
is
wants
a little
mic control.
I fucking hate you guys so much.
I'm just terrified for when he finally gets it.
When I figure it out, oh baby,
all over.
baby, you better watch out. So it's another light show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But just a little update. Hey, Mark's wife is out of the hospital, as you heard from the last podcast. I hope you heard from the last podcast, Ryan Farmer, which he hasn't. I'm gonna start calling out people that haven't listened to the last podcast. So I know he hasn't. Mark's wife is doing well. She is going in for surgery, as you all heard, in a couple weeks. But the big news, not to like overshadow Mark's wife, because we all love her, but Padre's out of the goddamn slammer. He made it. He survived. He's still alive. And hopefully, if you are all lucky, you might join us after the commercial break. So
He actually got to play some X-Wing today.
I know.
Like,
next to his fucking pool cabana. Like, he had his pool boy come up and set up all the shit and was like, yes, massa, I'll set up your X-Wing.
Wouldn't that be nice? The pool boy.
Right? If I had not a pool boy, but an X-Wing boy.
Like, polish your dice for you.
Like,
Yell at them when they do bad.
Hey. The Inquisitor has 2 shields, please. Come on. Ooh, but when you throw the optimized prototype out there, it's like, Master. Well, maybe we shouldn't use the one. Never mind. Anyway, we're gonna keep going. Woohoo! Because, guys, did you find out what happened again today? How are we blessed with this? How are we?
Because we record on Wednesdays and not whatever day Minox do.
I think they record on Friday nights.
I feel like FFG is starting to send us a bone. Like, they're like, hey, guys, we know you're the best podcast out there. So we're going to keep throwing you some shit. Today, guys, if you haven't noticed, please go and check out the fucking rule book that we have all been screaming for.
Well, partially.
Well,
I mean, we can be excited some, but like it's not the full like rules reference nitty gritty ridiculous detail. We have the rule book that like comes in the core set. Like it specifically says in there is like these rules were written for the core set with, you know, an X-Wing and 2 TIE fighters in mind. So beware that there might be some exceptions. Like there's a blurb in there on page 12 for those playing at home that says that. So there have been some people like complaining about things that are written in there. And that's why quit it. Just enjoy the rules we got.
I'm going to definitely enjoy the rules we got. I know it's not the rules reference, but man, we can't be total prudes and just be like, the rule book. And then we get the rule book and we're like, rules reference. And we're like, we're going to get it. We got it. And
no, we are board gamers. We are forever excited about what's next. Like what we have now was only exciting for like 10 milliseconds.
I know, but we're gonna pass that 10 milliseconds off to you, wonderful listeners, because we know you've already read it by the time you listen to this, unless you're live, which a lot of you are, and a good thing a lot of you are, because Coach might have a little surprise for all live listeners in about probably 15 minutes after we go over these rules. So
he's gonna dance again.
I'm not gonna dance. It's gonna be it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm personally terrified.
He's hired a gal to dress up like Sabine and dance around in the back.
Nice.
You know me. I am resourceful. I am not that resourceful.
Okay, so this rule book, huh? Should we just dive right in? We have a very like convoluted list on our show notes. So if you're trying to follow along at home, do not expect us to go from page 1 to X. It's like we're just going to be bouncing all around the place. These are just random thoughts and stuff that we found thrown into a list. And Coach doesn't even have the whole list. So Coach, you can get started, and when you run out, I'll take over. And he walked away.
First, you gotta start.
Let me get right into that, boss.
Yeah. With your piece of paper that you printed before I was done.
Stained fingers. We have, ladies and gentlemen, what I found out of the new 2.0 rulebook. Okay, first of all, you can measure anyone the fuck you want.
Yeah, before you target lock.
Because according to the rule book, you can measure any and all targets.
Yeah, including friendly ships, rocks, enemy ships. You can measure to fucking everything. Infinite knowledge just because you want to go and target lock.
Infinite knowledge, baby. 2.0 infinite knowledge.
Which is like this is like a huge difference from so what huge. They do in first edition. Because for first edition, you'd always have those people is like, oh, I want to go ahead and target lock, but I want to target lock that thing over there past like the 3 targets that are probably like legitimate. And just to kind of eyeball these other ones, oh, I want to target lock that one, boom, done. So this is now is like, hey, I want to do a target lock. That one.
See,
okay.
I totally get that. The thing about it is okay. So now you can lock onto asteroids and stuff like that. So I mean, there's always sneaky ways of finding out like if like the distance between things when you're using the target lock thing. But now you're legitimately declaring the fact that people can just slow play the hell out of the game and just be like, I'm going to measure to this and measure to that. You know,
I think that's something that people need to pay attention. And that's getting into the whole realm of slow play.
Right.
That like if there's an option to be able to do it, you know, somebody's going to try. But that's something that you need to pay attention to. And if somebody is measuring to target lock friendly ships and or asteroids when there is no reason within their list to do it, you should probably be calling over a judge and being like, this guy is blatantly slow playing me because he's doing things that have zero like use. So I mean, that's just something that has happened, is going to happen. You just need to pay attention to.
What I do want to bring up though is they were a big proponents of failed actions, right?
Yeah.
So if you can measure to any number of targets, right? Does that mean A, You can measure anywhere you want. But if you're going to target lock, you have to target lock someone in range.
Right.
So if you're going to go for the target lock, you're like, I'm going to measure everybody. But if someone's in that range, they're locked.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming. But again,
the only way that you would fail, like actually fail a target lock, is if you were somewhere in like a range 3 bubble with no friendlies, no asteroids, no enemies, and that's very difficult to do.
But it does happen. You're like, I got that guy range 3, and I'm going to target lock. And you're like,
well, right.
How
often does that happen? And you're also not range 3 from a rock. Like, how many games do you ever have a moment ever that you're range 3 from?
You're never out
further from
rock.
All rocks.
But
right.
Do you have to lock that rock, or can you just say no? You have to lock that rock, don't you?
I suppose you could choose no target,
to not take an action.
Yeah, but I don't know if they would like force you to say it's like, oh, you declared target lock, you have to take a lock.
Well,
therefore, like, you know, picking like an asteroid or something or a friendly when it makes no point, and now you're just dragging a token around.
I'm gonna start saying right now, if you can't lock a lock, lock a friendly lock from coach.
Sure. At least if you do like a friendly lock, I mean that would at least get rid of like a jam token or something.
That's what I'm saying. We'll get to jams. We'll get to jam tokens.
I like jam.
Jam
is so much better than jelly. Let's just admit that.
Okay. Next one that I came up with: an opponent. The person who puts the jam token on your ship chooses.
Don't say that. Like because maybe you can put a jam token on yourself for some stupid reason. We know you can do that with like tractor beams, but either way, the opponent of the ship that got the token chooses the token that's removed.
Yeah, so if you wanted to remove the evade token, they have to remove the evade token.
Right.
Right.
Well,
so for instance, like taking a target lock on some random asteroid turn 1 is not going to suddenly be a defensive token for you when you suddenly get jammed.
Well, and as we brought it up earlier, this is different than 1.0, correct?
Yes, because
it's different from 1.0 because it was if your ship got jammed, you were the one to choose which token got removed.
Yeah.
Now it's the person who jammed you gets to remove the token.
Right.
I'm reading that correctly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's huge. Sorry, that's kind of a
it is. So you can't take extra actions just trying to be defensive. Like, oh, I'm gonna target lock push to focus because I know they're gonna jam me, and I super want that target lock, so I'll just kick the focus off.
Exactly.
You definitely can't do that.
What I'm saying is, if you're Poe and you got jammed, and your guy's like, nah, I want you to get rid of your focus token, and you're Poe, you're like, fuck.
Now, something that, like, while we're on the topic of jam, and like I may be derailing this, so if you had an additional thought to go along with that, then I mean, say it now. But with jam, you can get rid of a green token or a lock. Now, one of the things that's going to be very confusing with this new version is that you don't actually have a lock token on your own ship to get rid of. Like it's on your ship base is your ship number. Your actual lock token is over on your opponent. So it's going to be very confusing when you're like, oh man, should I jam that guy? Like to remember, oh, he's got a target lock over here and I can get rid of that target lock by jamming him. So that's going to be a little bit confusing. Like I I may still use my current target locks. Like I'm not sold on this new system.
The way that people do it, if they take the target lock and put it in their little base as identifier, is what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, and I've done that in the past, but you got to be very clear that things have target locks, because that can get confusing, and you're like, oh fuck, I forgot you had a target lock, and then you just get screwed.
No, I'm sorry. The way they referenced on how locks are these days, like a ship locks another ship, they don't have another target lock on their ship.
Right.
Might be on something there. I don't know if that may be the one reason why you fucking take that stupid wrecked astromech so you can target other people and get rid of their locks. I don't know. That seems.
I don't know where you're going with that, but
I'm going off on a tangent, and this is not where we're going. So never mind. Anyway,
right. Next thing.
In the rules reference, or in the rules, there was no reference to failed actions.
Right, and that's something a lot of people jumped on.
That's a big goddamn deal.
Well, I really think it's because it's just the core set. It's not meant to be like, massively punishing. It's just trying to get people introduced to the rules. But and when you start getting into like tournaments,
I'll object there. If these are in the core, I mean, that's a core rule, right?
Right. Yeah.
That should be in the fucking rule book.
I agree. But I'm just saying why they may have not put it in there, because we have heard the developers, talk time and time again about failed actions. So I can't imagine it not existing with how much they've talked about it. So
that's a weird one to walk back, right? I mean, like, it's like they can put it in the rules reference because they have that ability. But at the same time, you're like, come on, man. I mean, here's a question. Is the rules reference in the core set?
We don't know.
Because according to the core set unboxing, it's not.
Right. So I imagine,
there was a quick reference. There was a quick reference, and there was the rule book,
which is what we got today.
So where the fuck are these failed actions?
Well, I'm just hoping that, we'll get our rules reference on, online at some point, and that'll give us the full comprehensive word by word definitions of everything. Now,
they did mention the rules reference in the rule book, correct?
Right. Yeah, there was a reference to it in there. So it's eventually got to exist somewhere, somehow.
So then we're speculating that Bell of Lost Souls got a mispackaged core set.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Or did they have a rules reference? They just took it out.
No. My guess is that the rules reference is going to be online only.
Oh.
That way it can evolve.
Yeah.
Just like the squad list building.
Good. You know what? I did add this on here, but for future reference, x-wing.com will be where you can find probably all the rules references, the rules, tournament sheets, all this other stuff, plus an online squad builder.
He just jumped straight down. But hey.
Well, it led into it, Kyle. This is what a good host does. You take your little pencil and you scratch off the last show note right there. But anyway, that's what we have learned with these rules. As of now, there are no failed actions. We know there are failed actions, so we just have to wait.
Yep.
Another little tidbit, yours truly found out first.
Really digging that in, huh?
Before Chico.
I was working.
Ion ships ships that are ioned have to perform a one straight maneuver. After that,
But coach,
They-
what kind of one straight?
a white.
No, a blue. Thank you.
Oh,
Oh shit.
What?
Yeah, it's a blue one straight.
it is
Oh.
a blue one straight. It is a blue one straight. But after they perform a blue one straight, they can only perform a focus action.
Right. Which that's a
Balls
big deal.
fucking crazy.
Oh
That's
no.
huge.
There's
I'm okay
there's
with
no
that.
more there's no more repositioning. So when you're sitting there going, should I ion that guy that can boost? Or like now you can say, fuck it, ion him, because now he can only focus. He can't boost and change his trajectory. I can walk him off the board again.
Yeah, but they do get the blue forward instead of just the white, so they do get a clear stress.
And
Right.
you need to stop
And
talking
do what
like you're
with
in a
it? Just
gymnasium.
focus.
How am I talking like I'm in a gymnasium?
Because you're in
You were
full
just
fucking
sitting pretty far
lounge
from
mode.
your,
You're in
from your
full
microphone.
lounge mode over there in your chair. Like the
That's why
microphone
you got to
needs
figure
be
out how to
somewhere near you.
lounge and move the mic and lounge.
Jesus. This isn't fucking nap time.
This too.
This is his nap time, and you know
got
that.
an arm. You can move it away and again, away and again.
Well, I'm gonna mute it and move it then.
Well, there you go. We don't need your input anyway.
Well, he's got his anchored weird.
Anyway, but
Have fun getting rid of that, Montana.
does this make ioning way better?
I think so because there's no repositioning afterwards. Now, because that was something that was really huge when you could ion somebody and then also stress them, so that then they couldn't do any barrel rolls, they couldn't do any boosts, they couldn't do any boost into a barrel roll, and be like, oh, you made me do that, but now poop, 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 now I'm over here and I'm fine. Now you can just walk somebody straight off the board. It's like, enjoy your focus on dying, bitch. Which just sounds more fun.
Well, I'm also thinking that was almost an opportune moment for me to like take a target lock. Like I know I'm getting shot at, right? And usually it was a Y wing or something with low agility. Fuck it. I'm gonna take a target lock. I'm gonna get shot at, but I'm gonna do a 4K after this, and I'm gonna have a pretty damn good shot with a target lock. Now, sorry, buddy. All you get is a focus.
Enjoy that.
Enjoy your focus while I.
How's that,
Coach?
Much better.
That's a little better.
You are lounge-rific.
I mean, you're lounge-rific a little bit, but yeah, it could be a little closer up here, but that's all right.
Nah, he's fine.
It's not like
Okay,
he
what's
talks
next?
anyway.
Here you go, Kyle. Take over. I believe
All
in you.
right. So the next thing on our list is medium and large base ships use one straights for decloaking. Ooh.
Which the big part of this for me is that large base ships will eventually decloak.
Close. Right? Oh my
Yes.
god.
Hey, no ship that big has a cloaking device.
Right.
But
What about the YV666? That totally needs one. You can just picture a giant sand crawler just
God,
appearing out of nowhere.
that'd be nuts.
It's gonna be great.
I'm pretty sure a sand crawler does not have a cloaking device.
Well,
Why not?
Because it just doesn't, damn it.
So is it sideways or is it straight?
Both.
That's
I imagine it's straight because, like, with the small base ship, it's a 2 straight. So this is cutting it in half.
No.
Whereas
Right.
just like the barrel rolls, you're taking a 1 straight and then you're cutting it in half by turning it sideways. So
Like, they
that makes sense to me.
They can both
Yeah,
barrel
you're
roll
right.
or boost in cloak.
Yeah.
So
right.
with a medium or large base, they get to use the 1 as a boost or a barrel roll.
Yeah,
Right, but
instead of the two.
he was asking, is it the 1 template long ways or the 1
Yes.
template sideways.
Oh,
Like the barrel roll. That's what I was wondering.
you know, it's one more thing that someone can bitch about, but I don't know why you would want to bitch about it the other way. So I'm gonna go with it's the long ways.
Yeah.
Just like a
I
barrel.
agree.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Kyle, since you're on a fucking roll, what's the next one?
All right. So let's go with the range bonus indicator. What is
What's
that
all about, Kyle? I don't know. You're the one that brought it up.
Mm.
You don't fucking know.
Because it either says on the range ruler that there's an indicator that you
No.
add an attack
No.
die, or
Nope.
I don't get. Okay,
Wrong.
what is it? What is it?
No, you added this to the show notes, and none of us know why.
Okay. So apparently, some secondary weapons have a range indicator bonus symbol on them, and some don't.
Oh, so like if you have an auto blaster and you're at range
If
1,
it has a little fucking red missile next to the range indicator, which means what range you can shoot this weapon at, that means that there is no range modifier.
What page is this on?
It's right there when it explains what all the symbols say.
Oh, God damn it.
It's pretty close to the top. Basically, what it means is that if you have a range of 2 to 3 and the missile has that little indicator next to it, it means they do not add a defense modification.
So is there a certain set of weapons that have that?
I don't know. But
you said the indicator is a missile.
It looks like a little tiny red missile. It's
so
right
is it that all like projectiles?
It doesn't
now?
It doesn't say that all projectiles have this. All it says is that symbol means that you do not add a range modifier.
Back in the day, back in the day, God, when they were talking about this, like back at Worlds, they said that turrets, like, you know, ion turret and, you know, like other turrets, they get range 1 bonus.
Yep.
So like they said all turrets. So it seems to me that it's missiles and torpedoes that are going to have that little indicator that, you know, which kind of makes sense, like to me at least, that a laser shot like instantaneously is going to be affected based on range.
Sure.
I fire a missile that's hunting you down. Its firepower or hitting ability isn't really changed based on distance.
Basically, what I'm saying is that this gives them an option to saying, hey, all we have to do is add this symbol to a turret, and it doesn't get a range modifier. It doesn't get a range modifier. Or
right, though, like a little missile icon on a turret seems weird.
I know it seems weird, but what I'm saying is that,
but yes, it gives them the option, gives them the design space, which is
throws them
a point that I have on a lot of these things. Right. Yeah, there's a lot of things in 2.0 that I think they really opened up design space by like defining certain terms in certain ways that allow them to say this thing and this thing, even though right now they're functionally identical. We can make them branch off without affecting each other, and that'll come into play, you know, later on the list.
I'm going to pause here for a second, and I just want to point out one quote from the chat from our beloved Mark Stewart. And in what world is Coach the one most prepared for the show? Not counting booze. Boom, baby.
No.
Gordon rule
I completely disagree. You happen to put one vague fucking question on the show notes that all of us just ignored because we're too glued into the rule book and figured you'd explain it eventually.
No, that's a pretty big point there, because
Mark, just wait until later, Mark, where his show notes run out because he printed them on fucking paper.
I
And
did.
the rest
print
of us
them out
kept
that paper.
editing the live show notes.
I'm
So just be prepared for unprepared.
Oh, no, he knows. he's just pointing out my shining moments when I have them. They're very few and far between. But when I do get them, I need the chat to point them out. But
Your participation trophy is in the mail.
You're a part. Oh God. Okay. Yeah, I think the range bonus indicator is a big deal.
Yeah. That is.
I'm so glad that you guys are still talking about that.
I am so glad that for some fucking reason you're in a fucking robe right now. Like,
he is in full lounge mode.
How did that happen? I was watching my own monitor for a good moment. You had to have had that on. Never mind. I don't even want to know. I'm glad you're channeling your full Chris Allen tonight. So,
okay,
we already explained the xwing.com is the new website. And other than that, my show notes are fucking.
And now
dry,
you ran out? I have easily double that.
Well, you know what? Then that means
I want to read this next one.
Yeah,
and
go
then you
for
can
it.
read the rest of them, Chico.
Sure.
1 tractor beam token decreases agility regardless of ship size. They do not stack tractor beam.
You can't read verbatim my abridged show notes. and like it goes on to the next line. You didn't finish this. Oh fuck. So here's what it's supposed to say. So 1 tractor beam token, when you have it, it decreases your agility, just like in first edition. And that's regardless of the ship size, because we know that when you go to move somebody with a tractor beam, it's 1, 2, or 3, depending upon the ship size. So, but to have the decreased agility, you just need to have 1, which I think is like, I like it because it makes it a little more useful that, you can sit there and screw with their agility quicker. The downside is because it's not linked to that 1, 2, 3, I think it creates an exception to the rule of like ions and tractor beams and stuff that it was like, oh, it needs 1, 2, or 3. And that's not the case anymore. You only have to have 1, which hooray, great, but just makes it a little more confusing. And then also it doesn't stack. So in first edition, if you magically got like 3 tractor beam tokens on somebody,
like tidies with tractor beams.
Yeah, you're like, haha, your agility is like super fucked. Not anymore. So that's basically what that was all going over.
That's wholesome though. I like the fact that you can't decrease it farther than 1. So
yeah, I think it's pretty balanced there. Okay, so up next, Jam is now only range 1, whereas before you could do the range 2 in arc. Kind of makes Jam a little bit worse, which makes me sad. Because like you really have to get like way in there. There's no range 0, even though range 0 is usually you running into somebody. So you're not going to get an action anyways, most of the time, unless some ability lets you. So, but like if some Jam thing is like, oh, range 0, nope. At least not that I'm aware. Does my screen keep flickering?
Yeah, your screen does keep flickering, Chico.
What the shit?
Yeah, it's funky.
I tried to put an extender on my USB for my camera. I don't think that's working. I may have to switch it out at commercial. Anyways, back to let me scroll down and find Jam, because now I'm wondering if you can do it at 0.
I'm glad that
No,
that
it,
doesn't
it
work.
only says range 1. So yeah, no range 0, no range 2 in arc. That's a big nerf there.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I like that a lot.
I don't, because
Why?
like Jam has sucked so hard. Like I feel like it needs something. You know what I mean?
Jam is way better now that the TIE Reaper has come out, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, like for a moment, for the next 2 months, Jam is decent, but like jamming Beam and like
No.
if it weren't for a couple of those abilities that the Reaper has, just the standard Jam action is mediocre at best.
No, I want to interject because right now Jam is range 1 if you're not in firing arc, range 1 and 2 if you are in firing arc, and it specifically says in the rules that it can only be range 1.
Right, which with first edition there is no range 0, so touching is range 1. Now that range 2 defines physically adjacent and touching as range 0, suddenly there's a new like condition of not being able to jam somebody that close. Whereas like with like the Shadowcaster title in first edition, you could just ram somebody and then jam them.
Yep.
I suppose that one was tractor beam. That wasn't jam. Never mind. You know what I mean. So like there's not a way to be able to run into somebody and then jam them. You have to plan it just perfect for that range 1, which is not easy to do. So there's that. Up next, reload only recovers 1 charge. So if you have a something that you're trying to reload that has like 3 charges or like requires more than 1 charge to fire, then you're gonna have to do it more than once, and that kind of sucks.
So it just depends. So like, let's say you had a proton torpedo where you needed to spend a charge to fire it and then spend a charge to add the critical hit. But if you're not using a proton torpedo and you're just using it to fire a regular missile that's not a proton torpedo or only uses 1 charge, it's okay.
But then you have to like, it's still only like every other round that you get to do that.
What's that? Fire a missile?
Well, wait, like say with proton torpedoes, I go and I fire one, and I use my charge and I use the other charge to make it better. Then I want to like I want to fire it again, so I have to take my next turn, reload, and then my next turn I only have 1 charge.
Yes.
So like if I wanted to do like the supercharged up one, I would have to take 2 rounds of not being able to shoot.
Yeah, that's why with the proton torpedo, reload would suck. But like if you were to use something like an ion torpedo, it only takes 1 charge, doesn't it?
I don't know. I don't have it in front of me.
Because it takes 1 charge to shoot it, and then you can turn all your hits instead of doing damage into ion tokens. And that doesn't take any additional charges. So with reload for that one, it would work. You would be able to.
Sorry, I am super distracted by Coach. What the fuck is going on?
I can't see him, so I am not.
I can't let Kyle and his fucking robe overtake the fact that this is the first time I've been naked on this show.
He's got a 3rd nipple.
Right there. Oh, beer! Oh, beer!
Not again.
Son of a bitch.
It was empty.
Hey, you need
to it was empty.
Get some fake dog change there, Goose.
This is perfect.
I got nothing.
Oh, man. Okay. Where the fuck were we?
Ready for Naked Hawk section, baby.
Right, so we'll hurry up. Double turrets are treated as being 2 single turrets. So when you have cards that mention like firing out of, and then it has the single turret icon, those ships that have the double turret icon can use that, and counting it as half of it. So there were people saying, "Oh, the Falcon can't use that ability because it says single turret, not double turret." Well, there you go. They thought of it. Good job. We've talked about docking before, and
Yes.
it sounded like you would be able to dock and undock and then redock and undock and redock and do all sorts of bullshit. Now it said in the dock section that it will be card abilities that allow you to dock. It's not just an inherent, oh, here's a ship that can undock. It must also be able to redock. Things can't redock unless it specifically says that they're allowed to. So I felt like that was pretty important. Here's one that's not significant in terms of gameplay, but is one of those situations where I like that they defined things differently. Fleeing the battlefield, and you're removed from the board, is not the same as being destroyed. Because when you're destroyed, you're also removed from the board. But fleeing, you're not destroyed. You're just removed from the board.
So therefore,
oh my God, Kyle!
What?
Stop it!
Every time you mess with your mic, like we can hear it.
Sounds like we're going down with a goddamn Titanic.
So yeah, you don't have to worry about like, oh, I ran off the board. Do I trigger my dead man switch? No, you are not destroyed. You just fled. So I think like that distinction is important for like judges.
Absolutely. I was going to say that about dead man switch before my microphone started to slowly sink down into my lap.
Oh, that's what happened. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what was going on. That's why I had to mute the mic and like retighten the joints. It became flaccid.
Nice. So here's one that I don't know if we knew or not, but it just popped out at me. Destroyed ships are not removed from the board till the end of the initiative value in the engagement that you're currently at. So say my ship that's like initiative value 2 is being shot at initiative value 4. And my opponent has like 3 ships at that initiative value. The first one shoots and kills me. I'm not straight removed from the board, even though like in 1.0 terms, I would be removed because I'm not that initiative value. So there's no simultaneous fire. In this one, you do still stay for simultaneous fire of all of the ships at that initiative value. So if they have abilities that can fire at you and trigger some fancy thing, hooray. They can still do that.
So what you're saying is until it comes to you.
No, not until it comes to you, until that initiative value is done. So if I'm at a 2 and there's 3...
So everyone has Fell's Wrath ability, basically. I mean, well, no.
For that initiative block.
Huh.
So like if there are 3 ships that are all initiative 4 and the first one kills me, the other 2 can continue to fire at me for whatever reason if they want to, or I can still exist there to cause shenanigans before I'm taken off. But once those 3 ships fire, okay, initiative value 4 is done. Remove all ships destroyed at initiative value 4. Make sense?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. Which is different, and I think that's significant enough.
Mm-hmm.
So
run, AJ, run, because we're about to get in a naked hawk territory, baby.
So limited, which we've always had as unique. They're now calling it limited, which counts as 1 or more bullets on a card, meaning we could end up with cards that you're limited to like 2 or 3, kind of like the errated Atani Mind Link, where they're like, you can only have 2 of this in your list. So they would just have Atani Mind Link with 2 bullets. Boom,
Makes
done.
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, which is how the old Star Wars CCG did it, which I've been playing way too much of this past week. So I like that method. And that goes down through all of the actual rules. And I was getting a lot of these from the FFG forums. I was just kind of following that thread as people spent much more time than I was able to do while at work.
You're not supposed to spend a lot of time on there. Rot your brain.
Yes, very much will.
You used to live on those back when I met you.
I used to live on them motherfuckers like you can't believe.
And it rotted his brain. So some people were bringing up some really ridiculous things. Patrick came up with this one.
No, not this one.
He said that on the section that talks about winning, like the who wins the game, it says that when only one of the players has 1 ship left on the board, they win.
I see where he's going with this.
The wording is really dumb. So you could just start the game with only 1 ship on the board and you instant win if your opponent didn't also bring only one card or 1 ship. Isn't that ridiculous? So here's the text. So it says, winning the game. After this phase ends, the players check to see if somebody has won the game. If only 1 player has a ship remaining on the play area, that player wins. So get ready for Chris Allen to try to just show up 1 ship and win.
It'll happen.
Yeah, things like that. He had all sorts of things where he was just going all grammar Nazi and stuff, and I haven't even gotten through all those because I was doing other stuff. But yeah, things like that. Somebody was saying that on focus and evade, it says at the end of the end phase, these tokens are gone. But on calculation, it doesn't say that. So calculation tokens last forever.
They do.
No,
wrong.
no, they don't.
They're
They are
wrong. They're
circular
circular.
green tokens. And it says circular green. All circular tokens are removed at the end of the end phase. So yeah, those won't happen.
Like my nipples, they're circular.
Yeah, and the other one was that large base ship barrel rolls are with like the long side of the template, which isn't true. And people were saying is like, oh, it only mentions the regular barrel roll. Yeah, but then it mentions down on page 12 is like there are exceptions for other ship base sizes that they don't discuss in this rule book, which kind of throws back to Coach's complaint earlier of why the hell are they creating rule book without all the rules in it?
Rules reference, ladies and gentlemen. Rules reference.
So it's going to be in there. And then the last thing that I wanted to mention that was in there is the escalation format. I'm not going to go into trying to define that perfectly for you. In essence, you start out with just the ships that are in the core set, and when one of your ships dies, it comes back as an upgraded ship. So like the Academy fighter dies, and all of a sudden, Valen Rudor pops up. And then you keep fighting until they're dead, and like the rookie pilot disappears and Luke shows up. So it kind of gives away that that your ship can get better, but only have the core set stuff. So that's neat, but I imagine if you're listening to this on day 1, you will have enough stuff to play 200-point matches, and this won't be a concern.
Oh,
right,
man. It's turning into a shit show in the chat.
Oh, I ain't even reading it.
I was told not to pay attention to chat.
What is it? Just
Well,
all Nipplegate?
It's
Yep,
all
it's
Nipplegate. I don't understand.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay, so that's all the stuff I had. We can
Late.
move on now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to now introduce you all to the Bad List Submission Extravaganza.
Woo! Which was going to be the entirety of the show until today. We suddenly got a rule book.
But now it's totally the entirety of the show, and we're going to do the woot, woot, woot.
I'm excited.
Well, you guys had the fucking fancy smancy shit on your microphones, and I thought we were going to get a woot, woot, but no, apparently not. Guys.
How you go?
Ladies.
Naked Hawk Extravaganza.
There we
Is that what you
go.
wanted?
That's what I wanted. Fucking fireworks, explosions. And... Not that. That's sad.
I don't even know what it sounds like on my end.
It sounds exactly like what you were saying.
Oh.
So, the collective, meaning me, basically said that we haven't done bad list missions in a while. And I felt really bad because that was one of our bread and butter kind of a thing that OCX was going to do. So, how was that ice, Kyle? How was it? Was it good?
Hawkeye vodka.
Because oh my God!
You're just drinking straight vodka.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, Mike, your god mute. I can't even say the words right now. Mute. Whatever. So,
Kyle must be in Soviet Russia.
what?
You only drink vodka.
Okay, that's perfect because we're gonna do every list submission in Soviet. So, OCX Radio decided to do all bad list submissions today, and I hope
Your Russian has been vacationing in Jamaica a little too long.
love fucking bad list submissions. Otherwise, we kill you.
I have no idea what country you're from now.
I don't either. That's whatever. So, ladies and gentlemen, for our first bad list submission,
Not just bad, but awful.
It's awful bad.
That's the title of it. Not
we
just
even
bad,
have-
but
we don't
awful.
even have who this was submitted by, do we? That's sad.
I mean, I'm sure we could find it.
We should find that. But in the meantime, I will read off how bad this list is. So, ladies and gentlemen, this list is called not just bad, but awful. It has Jan Ors. How can it have... Wait, time out.
Okay, so
Jan Ors and then Jan Ors.
that's the ship. So
right,
like
I
it says
got you,
Jan
I got you.
Ors,
Okay.
46 points.
Time
Jan
out.
Ors ship, 5 points.
You realize I read whatever I'm given.
I know, and that's going to be bad for this.
I'll figure this one out. So we have Jan Ors, the pilot.
And this one is from
Luke's-
Patrick. Patrick Mayer.
Ooh.
Is that Patrick?
I think that's Patrick. Well, no, Patrick has like a fucked up last name.
Okay. So this is Patrick Mayer.
Anyway,
Meier.
he decides to send us Jan Ors, Luke Skywalker, crew, a blaster turret,
Checks out.
moldy crow, and experimental interface with expertise. Why the fuck not?
Mhm.
Let's make
Why the
this
fuck not? Because you should have enough focus tokens that you don't need expertise.
Let's make this a 46-point Jan Ors ship.
Oh.
Woo!
But
My
you
What
know
could
what?
be worse than that?
Oh, my favorite part about it, I'll tell you this right now. You have 11 points tied up in Luke Skywalker and a blaster turret. And you want to know how Luke Skywalker helps you out, that blaster turret? Because when you spend the focus token to shoot it, you know Luke Skywalker's got your back to change that focus to a crit.
The bigger downside there is that Luke Skywalker when he triggers his ability only works on primaries.
Perfect.
So you're gonna get that 1 die primary with Luke Skywalker focus into a hit. So bad.
It's gonna be so great.
Wow, I can already tell you this is not going to be good because it has Dash Rendar with Stealth Device.
But Dash
Daredevil.
is so good.
I know.
Yes.
He paired him up with a very good Dash.
Mm-hmm.
He has Daredevil, Outrider, Cassian Andor, for Christ's sakes. I mean, come on, people. This is meta.
Yep.
A jamming beam and scrambler missiles, just, for fuck's sake. I had like 4 extra points.
Oh no, he's still got extra points. That's a 98-point list. 2
That
point
is-
bid.
So forbid, baby.
That's a 4 attack die jamming beam because Jan
He does
was.
have he has 98 points. He has 98 points for a bed.
Oh, that's awesome.
His question he wants to know is, could single-digit Hawks take this out?
Yes.
Is it quite possible? He
Nope.
says quiet possible.
No, that's quite.
Really?
It's
Quite.
Quite.
quite possible.
Learn to read, farmer.
Fuck. This is why the Iowa public school system doesn't prepare you for the world.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome to your OCX radio podcast host. This is what I do. I read for a living.
I think you could defeat this list with a standard 100-point Naked Hawk list.
Ooh.
Now hold the phone there, Chico.
And you would still have some left over.
But
How
you're
many
forgetting-
Naked Hawks is that?
Like 6.
6?
So you're telling me that a 6 Naked Hawk.
I'm gonna post up the Naked Hawk. Here we go.
6 Naked Hawk build could beat this list.
Well, see now, like I feel like if you actually had chest hair, you should have shaved your chest hair into a mohawk.
No, see,
Then it would have been the
actually
Naked Hawk.
maybe have 6 actual chest hairs, and I could point them out to everybody, but I'm not going to do that.
I probably have 6 chest hairs peeking over the collar of my shirt.
Yeah, well, you're a hairy motherfucker, and that's your downfall. But me, as the beautiful skinned seal that I am, have no chest hairs, and we're gonna go with I think you're bullshit on this 6 Naked Hawk thing.
Well, we can always
You
do
think
it.
you
at
could
Gen Con.
beat this with 6 Naked Hawks?
I think I can't beat this with 6 Naked Hawks. I think it needs at
I
least.
challenge you on Vassal. Let's do it.
I think this list
Right.
needs at least 10 Naked Hawks.
No, you could crush this thing with 6.
All right. You heard it here, folks. I'm writing this down. As soon as I get a pencil.
Because like all you have to beat is Jan Ors. Is like 6 Naked Hawks versus a blaster turret, and then you have it won. Because Dash Rendar can't do any damage. Like, does Scrambler Missile even do damage?
Nope, it does not.
Oh man.
But it will prevent you from modding your 1 attack.
Yeah,
dice.
so it literally can't do any damage.
Right. Did you see?
So
did
if
you
you
see-
destroy Jan Ors, you win. I mean, you're never gonna get past that fucking stealth device. Woo! But like you beat Jan Ors, you win on points.
Yeah. But what you're also forgetting is the fact that they have the critical combination of experimental interface and expertise. So you have a Hawk 290 that can focus and target lock. Or no, you couldn't do that. Oh, what do you got experimental interface on there for?
I don't fucking know.
It doesn't do anything because it only works for card upgrade.
It is
action.
called the bad list submission.
Exactly.
So-
I'm so confused.
Experimental
I'm like,
interface
there's
is
got to be. It's just there for 3 points. Could have been a whole upgrade, but we're putting it on there. It's better.
I think you guys are bullshitting yourselves. I think Dash Render alone could take out 4.
No, that dash cannot do damage. Cannot. 0 damage.
What's
I
Cassian
could
Endor
beat
do?
that dash Rendar with 1 naked hawk.
What's Cassian Endor do?
He lets you look at your opponent's dial.
Then they're fucked.
Whoop-de shit.
Then he gets to barrel and just rape.
And still not do damage.
Pillage.
0 damage, coach. It can't do it.
6, huh?
Lowers the agility.
Can we at least agree on an 8? 8 naked hawks.
No, 6, if not less.
He's not budging from 6. He's not
All
budging.
right. Chico's the naked hawk master.
6.
So, yep.
Yeah,
Six
I
naked
will
hawks.
fly 6 naked hawks. You fly this bullshit, and we will play on Vassal.
And when we okay, all right. The gauntlet has been thrown.
This next bad list submission that we have after this.
Hold on, I have to put my shirt on for this one because I don't know if this one deserves a naked hawk off.
What?
What?
First we gotta talk like we're gonna start doing some techno music. We
I
gotta set
just
the
put
beat.
my shirt on backwards, so we're just gonna deal with this.
And you gotta do and then you have to throw in some 1960s sci-fi film and then just repeat it over again. The system is down.
Don't
is
fucking
down.
pussy out. The system is down. The system is down.
My shirt is on backwards. My shirt is on backwards.
Coach doesn't know strong bad apparently.
Which is sad because there's a character in there called Coach.
Yep.
Yeah. So are you going to read this? Can you read like strong bad?
What? No.
Kyle, can you do it?
I can do it. Fuck off. This is my goddamn job.
You got strong bad down?
I can't do it upside down though. Bad list number 2. This is called read like strong bad if possible.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was
How
just
do I know?
You weren't
Why
actually
is that-
supposed to read.
Why does that sound familiar? Strong bad.
Strong bad?
Strong bad.
He's the masked luchador
Yes.
with his buddy, the cheat.
Why does that sound familiar? Strong bad.
The cheat. The cheat.
Tell me what strong bad sounds like.
Dude, it's strong bad. I can't do it. I know what he sounds like, but I can't do it.
I knew I should have figured it out in like practice yesterday. Hey, he's from homestarrunner.com.
That
It's
sounds
.net
familiar. Why does that sound familiar?
because it was like super popular in the
Hey,
late
Come on,
90s.
get in
early
the boat.
Hey,
2000s.
no.
Fish. Come on, get in the boat. Fish.
we can pause and I can watch a bunch of strong bad shit and you guys can move on to the next one. And then I will do this one like crazy good. How about that? You guys move on to the next one and I will research what strong bad sounds like.
Just because I want to hear you do that.
All right.
We'll go ahead.
Okay.
We're gonna pause, coach, here, and I'm gonna get my strong bad on.
Okay. Holy shit, I'm terrified. Okay, so bad list submission number 3. It's called Perma Stop Perma Bomb Shenanigans. And this one might actually have something to it. So you start out with Cassian Andor. He can remove stress from a ship nearby. He's got
range
trick
1 to
shot,
2, right?
something like that.
Yep.
This list just castles in the corner, so irrelevant. Trick shot, which castling in the corner, you don't really need trick shot, but it's 0 points. Fuck it. Fire control systems, because you always need mods when you're sitting in a corner. Harrison Dula, so you can do that red stop all day long. Ezra Bridger, so your stress actually turns into something. Ion projector, so if somebody tries to run into you, they're just getting stressed. And pivot wing, because it's pivot wing. And then you have a Zeb attack shuttle that's just carrying around Sabine. So that's it. A bandit that I imagine was better than a 12-point bid. Barely, right? Barely.
Yeah, barely.
And then you've got a Crimson Squadron pilot, the BSF bomber, the generic, with trajectory simulator, bomblet generator, pattern analyzer, and an ion projector. So you've got these 2 giant ships that are just ready to ion anything that comes at them, and just flinging some bombs out of the corner and just staying there indefinitely. And this list can actually castle or like just stop anywhere, like literally anywhere. You can just be like, okay, I'm going to stop here and force you to come to me. So it's interesting. Like, this is one of those lists that like has me fascinated that it's bad because it's not good. But like I could actually see somebody like bringing this to like a casual night and like looking across and be like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like, okay, I guess we'll try this. But like it's not something I look at and go, fuck, half those cards are worthless. Like our first one was. This one is like actually looks somewhat thought through. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, they actually had to put their head together to come up with a bad list that actually functioned and actually did something, but still wasn't that great. I do appreciate that.
Yeah. These are the ones that I find very interesting. And I have a local that I'm going to play on Saturday. And this is a guy who like doesn't play much at all. He's like super casual. And like, I'm looking at this going, maybe I take this list. Is like, I got to find something that's like a super casual, like fun list. So I don't come at this guy with like, fucking, Miranda Nim and make him never want to play again.
Right. I like how he has the Z95 header for the 12-point filler, and he uses Zeb with Sabine on it. That just makes me so happy because he could have used a different ship, but he's got 2 of them instead, one with nothing on it, and he had to make sure he had Sabine out there. So
right, and Sabine's not on one of the 2 ships that's important, so it can literally just run away forever.
Yep,
and just do
float
Sabine
around.
things. Yeah,
another thing too is he could have went with was it Crimson Specialist? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like it because it's got 2 ion projectors that I can never get to work. But yeah, they're there. They're intimidating. So yeah. And he's fully utilizing a U-wing. And Cassian Andor, of all people, is the pilot that he chose. Which,
well, yeah, because you got to get rid of all that stress so you can just sit there and perma-stop all day.
Yeah, with the Crimson Squadron pilot.
Yep, the Crimson Squid.
The Crimson Squid.
I like it.
I do. This one's actually going to take more than 6 Hawks, though, I think.
Oh my gosh, we're looking at like closer to like the 30 range maybe, because all those bombs will just chew up some Hawks.
I was thinking like 25, so we're like not too far off from each other when it comes to taking a guess at naked Hawks.
Like you really got to swarm this thing, and then you're just getting pelted by that bomblet generator. Every ship is rolling 2 attack dice, and then one of them that magically survives with 1 health goes Sabine.
Yep. We got another thing too. Is I guess I'm forgetting is that every one of these has 2 agility dice, except for the bomber. Oh no, the U-wing would have 1 because it would always be doing the thing where it flips around constantly.
Not necessarily.
How would that work? Now that I think of it, Harrison Dula, when you remove, I guess it just makes you stop because you ignore the stress when performing the red maneuver,
right?
Because you're not doing the 2 straight. I get it.
And as we discussed last week with Hera and Pivot Wing, you can just sit there and flip back and forth indefinitely.
Yeah. Yep. Which I found out in a tournament Sunday that if you reveal a red 0 stop maneuver when you're stressed, you can still flip around, but then you go 2 forward the opposite direction.
No, you can't.
No, not backwards, but like, okay. So like you review it, all it states on the pivot wing card is when you reveal a 0 stop maneuver, you can flip your ship 180 degrees. But then since you're stressed, you can't perform the 0 stop, so then you have to perform a 2 white forward. So instead of going 2 forward, you actually turn around and go 2 forward the other direction.
No, you don't. Because if you read the block about revealing a red maneuver when you're not allowed to, you can only do cards that change your maneuver, which flipping around isn't changing your maneuver. So, and then at the end of that, if you're still doing a red maneuver, then you continue as if you revealed a 2 straight. And since a 2 straight isn't a red 0, you can't pivot wing around.
Okay.
I was wondering why Kyle has his feet up on the counter.
It's getting better.
You sound more like Cookie Monster.
But it's so we're going with what, 28 Naked Hawks for that one?
Yeah, right around there.
Right on.
Takes quite a bit.
I'm assuming Homestar is Canadian, so that's why I'm going to do my best Canadian accent.
Oh fuck, he's added Canadian into it. He's a luchador.
No. That was bad. We're gonna retry this one. Read. Are you guys done? Did you give your Naked Hawk off? Naked Hawk off. All right. Dear Strongbat, I'm the coach. That's a little North Korean, isn't it? I don't know. The guy has like a North Korean stupid Canadian accent. I'm just gonna.
Are you talking about Homestar Runner?
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to do it as Homestar Runner. No, Strongbad reads the emails. So you have to read it as if
then I totally did the wrong. Oh, fuck. Can I read this as I think Strongbad would read it?
No,
or just read it as Homestar Runner?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm Homestar Runner.
I have not listened to you in a while because Kyle makes me scared, like Strong Sad. I was going to be playing in Stuckies Worlds and wanted to bring a list. I feel like opponent. Oh man, that sounds super racist. Does that not sound super racist?
It super does.
I might have to. I googled Strong Bad. Who the fuck sent this?
Oh my god.
This is bad all over. Like all I'm getting is North Korean like Rocket Man.
Dearest Strongbad. Coach. I have not listened to you in a while because Kyle makes me scared. Like Strong Sad. I was going to be playing at Stuckies Worlds and wanted to bring a list I feels all up ons. Like this is the answer to all our problems.
Nope. Time the fuck out. All right. I know he wants me to read this as Strong Bad, but this is reading like Super Valley Girl. So that's how we're going to do it.
Oh my God.
Are you ready?
Go get another beer. Nope, I'm not ready.
He's out.
Yeah. There's Strong Bad. I mean, like Coach. I've not listened to you in a while because because Kyle makes me scared and stuff, and like Strong Sad. I was gonna be like at Stuckies. I mean, totally like I wanted to be. I just wanted to bring a list that feels like all up ons, and this is like the answer to all of our problems. So this list is like totally suck or trickador or some. Okay, that. I don't know them. So this feels like something like I would totally run because my parents are super sad and I don't have anything else to do and like just right. So I'm totally running a TIE fighter. His name is Youngster, and it sounds like super hip and cool. He's only at 17 points, but you know what? Like every teenager, he's like raging. So I thought I'd put rage on him. But Twin Ion Mark Engine 2 sounds so good. Like, right? Like it just fits. Also, because I don't want him to be lonely, like because a lot of girls like to not be lonely, and so they need like their BFFs, and so I like to call them the BS TIEFs, and I think youngster should be running with like at least 4 Black Squadron pilots, TIE fighters, and Juke. Like, who doesn't want to juke off their ex-boyfriends? Like, right? Like, fuck. Nobody likes their ex-boyfriends, so we're just gonna juke them off. And Twin Ion Engine Mark IIs sound way better than Twin Engine Mark 1s. So we're just gonna put whatever. Twin Ion Engine Mark IIs on all of them. And then because they feel so lonely and they just need like someone there to look out after them. They need like an Epsilon Squadron pilot. Like she doesn't need anything special. She doesn't need anything. She looks fabulous. Like she just does her own thing. And so when she's with this squadron, she's just like, I'm here and this is what I do. So just gonna have to deal with it. So that's my squadron. And it's a good list to go to the mall with and just shop around. And
like, hold on. Is there a TIE fighter with the EPT Rage on it?
Oh my God, Kyle. I said that in the beginning. Dear God, get with the fucking program. I mean, if you're not even going to be a part of this clique, then why are you even here? I already said youngster is super inappropriate, and not inappropriate, but like just doesn't know how to express himself. So he's raging. I mean, come on.
It just reminds me of a list that somebody brought to one of the regionals a long time ago.
It sounds like a girl you brought to the party the other weekend. Jeez. Tim.
Is it over?
It's over.
Is it over? Oh, thank God. Like, gag me with a spoon. Fuck.
I'm gonna go with I don't even want to give any Naked Hawks the opportunity to roll up against this list because I feel like it's just gonna get shamed.
I feel like if any Naked Hawks rolled up on this list, they would be put in jail for statutory
rape.
Based on how you read that. Holy shit. I have to apologize to all my fellow Strong Bad fans out there. Clearly, these guys had no idea who Strong Sad is. Clearly Strong Bad's brother. They don't know who Trogdor is, which is just a goddamn shame.
Trogdor! I watched the shows and stuff. I just can't do the voices. So
I haven't, and I'm pretty sure this is a teenage girl's list. So that's what I read it as.
Black Squadron!
This is hashtag me too squadron right here.
Who's got the moves to use the evade token? The juke. The juke.
God.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah,
26 Naked Hawks running away. Like
I'm pretty sure I've played against this list. like youngster with rage and a whole bunch of Black Squadrons. I have played against that list.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with as many Naked Hawks that can fill up the range 1 board, but they all have to do a 2K.
That's 44 of them
first. and then they're stressed and
facing the opposite direction.
Oh, that is.
Yep, this is called jailbait. That's what this list is called.
And on to number 4.
Oh, yeah,
Going
So-
on down.
Number 4 is called
Oh.
Sweep the Board. We have a Shadow Port Hunter. Somebody's looking to use that alt art before 1.0 is done. With a Courier Droid, because sure, and gyroscopic targeting. And if that wasn't enough, clone that ship and have a second one.
Yes.
So 2 Shadowport Hunters, 2 Courier Droids, and just gyroscopes all up in this bitch.
Ooh. Gyrating gyroscopic targeting, baby.
And
Mhm.
then
Swarm leader.
right on top of that is a Jump Master, contracted scout with Swarm Leader, and a Courier Droid, because everybody needs Courier Droid.
Yep. That way they can all be placed at an 8. My favorite part of this list is all the gyrating that's going on.
I'm a big fan of the gyrating.
You can't win this game without the gyrating.
I don't even know where to go with this list.
I'm
it's-
okay.
it's
so
just
you
so bland.
You just sweep the board. It's sweep and clear. So basically, you're just going to sweep around. You're going to keep your arcs in that one direction. You're just going to follow each other around and keep them in the middle.
And
then
just keep evading so that the contracted scout can do
Can
its
shoot.
super laser 4 dice turret. It's like,
Damn
oh
right.
man, I'm almost dash.
But I mean, it's got to be range 1 to get the 4 dice.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, it's bad.
He
That's
might
the
have
whole point
actually
of all
won.
this, right?
He might have actually won. This one, I got nothing for. I can't even do a Eddie Munster version of this voice. This is just bad. I'm gonna give this a. I mean, okay, so the Shadowcasters have the gyroscopic targeting, right? And
Yeah.
ooh, they're setting up at a pilot skill 8. But you know what? When you're faced with like 27 Hawks, I don't think you have a choice.
you're going to be henpecked one attack die at a time.
You're not even.
But when
taking
they can
actions.
take evade tokens, well, I mean, like once you get into the scrum, they're not going to ever take any actions again, because I mean, you got 4 Hawks staring
Gyroscopic
at you.
targeting. They can still gyrate all they want.
Yeah, but they're not going
gyrate.
to
I mean, this could be like shake weight all it's wanting, but I mean, it's still not going to help.
Well, what if the sweep the board list, which is called, what the heck was it? I missed it.
sweep the board.
No,
Just
yeah,
sweep the
it's
board.
called good gyratations is what it's called from AJ, and you get behind them all, and then the Hawks can't turn around, and you just reap the benefit of your.
All right. Okay. You got a valid point there. They move really fast, right? Shadow ports have a 5 and
Yes.
a 5K.
Yeah, they're gonna burn right behind all of them.
Ooh,
you're gonna need enough of
okay.
them.
All right, this just changes it, and
Because they're getting 4 attack die primaries.
ooh,
It's almost a shame that this list is going to take a lot of naked Hawks.
It is, because just sheer statistical numbers based on the dials versus the Hawks dials. It's just
what's
it's
the fastest a Hawk can go? 3,
it's like a 3 forward.
3,
4 forward is red.
Yeah,
4
4
forward
forward
and
red.
red?
3 banks are red.
which they're not gonna do. They're gonna do the 3 forward.
Yep.
That's what you think.
Shadow
Except they all have
casters.
adrenaline rush.
But they don't. They're naked.
Yeah, they're naked, fucking naked.
Naked.
No adrenaline when you're naked.
Oh man,
There's
this
more
might be
adrenaline
more.
than
This
you
might be
can-
more. What do we say? 28?
Nope. More than that, because we gave the other one up there 28.
Oh, this is at least then 40.
But I feel like the Bombers would do more.
That's a tough call.
Because the Bombers have to get there to do their damage, right?
No, they're going to sit in a corner and make the Hawks come to them.
Oh,
Yeah, which Hawks can't turn well at all.
So we're playing real X-Wing, right?
Yeah. This isn't like imaginary naked Hawk offing. This is real naked Hawk
This is
offing.
real fortressing motherfucker. You got to come to me. Okay. So after 20, probably 30 minutes of the one player bumping his own Hawks to do another, you'll get to turn 2.
I mean, but let's face it. If you have 28 naked Hawks, you're also just sitting in the corner going, "Final elbow, bitch! I got 28."
Fuck you, bitch! I know how this game plays.
Think of all those unmodded one attack die shots.
Oh my god.
Okay,
that's the true game of people wanting to roll dice.
Let's go with the sweep the board. I'm gonna go with that's a draw. I'm gonna go straight up point cost for point cost because ain't nobody gonna move. That's gonna be a Chris Allen with his pants dropped, naked off.
Naked Hawk off.
Naked Hawk off. If only we can get him to tattoo a naked hawk on his penis, then we could just call this the Chris Allen show.
What?
Well, that took an interesting turn.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know.
All of a sudden, we're
are
talking
already creating Chris Allen Squadron. I want no.
Oh my god! What?
Yeah,
I want no part of that.
I heard about that.
So we're talking about a list, naked hawks, and then a penis.
So, bad list submission number 5.
We have a number 5?
We have 6 of them. If you wouldn't have printed out the goddamn show notes and would actually use the one we continuously update.
Yep.
So, this one has
a
freaking...
fucking care what you say. There's a 35% chance that the rest of this... Yeah.
Your accents are so bad. So this one comes with like a giant paragraph. No, not even. This is a fucking story. This is like a novella. So I'm going to try to read this super quick. I haven't read this yet, so fuck it. Who knows?
Read it as you're reading a kid a bedtime story.
No,
that might put me to bed.
Greetings to the inferior. Below is a new kind of meta. God, bad list submissions don't have to have bad grammar as well. Fuck.
Oh shit! Not fucking easy, is it, Chico? It's not easy, is it?
Below is a new kind of meta, the anti-meta. With the crack team of mid-PS ships, you can dominate the competition while having people ask, what the fuck is a G1A starfighter? Or, I thought Zuckuss was nerfed. But most of the obtuse would not understand the list's deadly potential. First, we have Forlom with the ability to phase between the debris while tractor beaming the inferior. Keeping Zuckuss relevant, he forces opponents to reroll one defense die. That's right, 1 die. Meanwhile, giving them the final fuck you of a single stress at the end of the round.
Ooh.
Second is Dace Bonearm, who is no noob when it comes to ionizing, because let's face it, what else can you equip him with? And since ion turrets almost never hit, we installed an EMP device, no balls. Third is Paylob. I love me some Paylob. And let's be honest, he only in the list to steal a focus because 1 is all he needs and all his ability allows. And the final contender is Catolichos, the parasite within. He steals the focus Paylob stole because there is no honor amongst thieves. Then he uses that self-proclaimed gift to boost any of his teammates' defense by 1. Order of operations. At the start of combat, Paylob steals a focus. Licho steals a focus from Paylob. Licho spends the focus for Bodyguard. Forlom uses Zuckus to gain 1 stress to give to someone at the end of combat. Dace always clears stress to use ability. Everybody but Lichos is PS7 for Bodyguard to work. This list was a joke list I made for a May the 4th Be With You tournament and got 2nd place. At the time, I wanted to make the most complicated trigger list. I think I could revisit 1.0 and make something even more complicated with triggers, but this list is too much fun to fly as people watch me take 5 minutes to make all these things work. Meanwhile, they are getting stressed, ion, and damaged. So the actual list, if I can actually pull it up. So you've got Forlom in the G1A, Adaptability, Collision Detector, Mist Hunter, Tractor Beam, and Zuckus. Dace Bonearm with Trick Shot, Ion Cannon, and EMP device. Paylob, 2 Hawks that is. Paylob with Veteran Instincts and Auto Blaster. And then Catolichos with Bodyguard and XXX-23S-Thread Tracers.
Ooh. I like it. He could, instead of using Bodyguard, he could use the Thread Tracers. I like it. After swiping it from Paylob.
Man, I don't even want to talk anymore after all that.
Yeah, it's like dead silence.
Well, yeah,
like,
Coach walked away.
So
yeah. It obviously has something there, and I feel like it has a lot of that surprise factor, because people have no idea what the fuck is going on. And
so, he went he plays 2nd place with this.
Yeah, Patrick. This is his list. He's super excited that we read it.
How did we read this?
What do you mean,
this is terrible. This is like 4 Naked Hawks. You get a 4 Naked Hawk rating, Patrick.
Clearly, everyone at that tournament was trash. Just sell all their shit.
I could have beaten you with 4 Naked Hawks with this list.
That's a little extreme. I would say probably 15.
Ooh, that's the lowest.
No, he said 6 up there with the dash that didn't do any damage.
6. I will crush that thing with 6.
I'm gonna say 15 because you're dealing with Hawks. That's the thing that I'm gonna say.
One of them has Auto Blaster.
Yeah, that's done. Yeah, you're
one of them has Ion, which is unimportant.
Right.
The G1A actually does some damage. And it's got Zuckus, so Zuckus could do something.
But
Lichos isn't doing anything spectacular.
No, it's 15 Naked Hawks though. I mean, I don't know. I think that's a pretty good idea.
Upper teens. I'd say 18.
I'm gonna go 17. I'm gonna go 17. Seems like
I feel like you need enough to gum up the works.
Yeah.
Just never take a focus.
How many ships are there?
Nothing can happen here. Auto Blaster's going to do some damage, whatever. Ion doesn't matter because you're all fucking bumping anyways.
Yeah.
Catolichos doesn't get to do anything because nobody's focusing anyways. And Forlom is like, fuck it. I mean, I don't care if I'm stressed. I don't care if I'm getting Zuckist. I don't care if I'm getting tractor beamed. Just don't care. Once you gum up the works with that many Naked Hawks.
Yep, it doesn't matter.
You're almost just better with the fact that you're not taking any actions.
Do you think that Katos Lichos is the strong bad of X-Wing?
I mean, just because he's got a luchador name. He's Catolichos.
That's exactly why.
Patrick, that was a terrible submission.
Yep, never again. You're fired.
You're fired. Gone.
Uh-oh. Okay, we have one more bad list submission.
Okay, one more bad list submission, but before we get to it, I'm going to put the call out to anybody who's a groupie who thinks they can jump on here and do a strong bad voice.
That's right.
We got to bring somebody on and see if they can do it.
Oh man,
I want to hear somebody read some Star Wars quotes as strong bad.
I can hear his voice in my head reading the emails. I just can't.
Yeah. Okay, so our last one, and this one's from Tommy Adams. I haven't even looked at this one yet either, so fuck it. We have Major Rhymer with Snapshot and Tactician, and the TIE Shuttle to give you Tactician. And this is one of my favorite Major Rhymer builds. It just fucking wrecks people. Because they're like, I'm gonna move over here. Snapshot, Tactician, take a stress, no action, get fucked. It's so mean. And it allows you to snapshot at range 2. So just fucking amazing. Red Line with proton torpedoes, extra munitions, cluster missiles, and guidance chips. So 4 things of munitions, way too many munitions. Double edge. With an ion cannon turret, unguided rockets, and a shield upgrade. So Rhymer, like that Rhymer build is so much fun. Just a blast. That Red Line, I mean, he's got some damage output, but the problem with Red Line is like people just load him up with just so much. Like you're sitting here with just 4 things of munitions. I'd be impressed if you get 2 off in the whole game.
Against the Hawks.
Oh, especially against the Hawks. But like I played against somebody last week that had like all sorts of bombs and missiles and all this bullshit on their Punisher, like a 40-something point Punisher, and I punished it.
Yep.
Like it only got off like 1 missile, and I'm like, good job. Double Edge. Is Double Edge the one where you can like
spend the focus token to cancel all blank and focus results?
Focuses. Oh, it just fucking ruins your opponent's day. It's like, oh, hey, you know all those modifications you have? Yeah, no.
Yeah, they're getting ion cannon for sure because Rage allows you to do the rerolls, and then you don't have to worry about not having the focus token.
Which isn't terrible when you're considering like going against like a normal list, but like when you're going against like just a swarm of Hawks. Or a flock of Hawks. Just ion cannon turret just doesn't fucking matter. It's so bad. So
then you could shoot but then you could shoot. Oh yeah, that's right. Then you could shoot the unguided rockets if he misses. He's not the focus canceller. So like if you missed with the ion cannon turret, you could fire the unguided rockets.
Oh, okay.
That's who Double Edge is.
All right, so this one, I'm gonna put at, I don't know, 22 naked Hawks, just because Rhymer can snapshot some of them. Mm-hmm. You're hoping to get that initial barrage of missiles, even though I guess you have fire control systems, so you can keep just pummeling them out there. So there's that.
Cluster missiles would wreck them. You'd at least for at least 2 shots.
You'd take down some of them.
Yep.
Ugh. Oh man.
He doesn't even have guidance chips on there. He wasn't messing around.
Yeah, this is another one that looks like is like. Was he actually trying to make something somewhat decent? Was he trying to win the tournament of the bad list submissions?
I think so.
Which segue, say all of these lists show up at a tournament. What's your ranking? Like, who wins out of all these lists? If all of these lists show up to a tournament and one list of 6 Naked Hawks.
Ooh.
Personally, I think
Wow.
I think the Bomber list takes number 1. Patrick's list takes number 2. The Rhymer list takes number 3. Sweep the board. The 2 shadow ports and the contracted scout take 4th. Is that where I'm at? 4th. The 5th would be the gag me with the spoon, raging youngster TIE fighters jailbait. And then the 6 Naked Hawks would take 6th. And then in last place would be not just bad, but awful with the awful dash.
Dash Render. Yeah, Dash Render would definitely be last place for me. I'm kind of stuck between the Major Rhymer and yeah, I guess if they met in the finals, the Crimson Squadron one would win. The one with the bomber would definitely win in my eyes. The castling one, perma stop, perma bomb shenanigans. That one's the one that I put in first place.
Sweep the board for me, baby.
That's your best one?
That's my best one.
Ugh.
Yep.
He likes him some Shadowcaster now that he's converted to scum.
I just think the maneuverability will win. The ability to change the arc and the 5K is superb.
Are you drinking whiskey?
I'm not. I'm drinking beer.
Don't you lie to me.
Fuck you.
I seen the whiskey in the Budweiser
You?
bottle in there.
You fucking planted that shit. Yes, it's here. It's right here. And it's still the same fucking level it's been at since the day I got it.
Since the day you got it. All right. So Coach, you already said which list wins for you.
Nah. I like sweep the board.
All right. So I think that ends our bad list submission portion. So since we forgot to do commercial, are we going to do commercial and then come back for angry old man rant and whatever other bullshit we do until midnight?
Commercial.
Yep.
I
might not make midnight.
Commercial.
Okay.
Yeah, I picked up a side job doing some lawn care from like 3 to 7 every day. So I am even more tired than I normally am this week because it's like 103 degrees out.
Yeah, that sounds like it sucks.
Anybody gonna give Padre the link?
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Did you do your hair up all nice and pretty too, Coach?
No. This is
all
what
just-
it is.
It's perfectly all wind whipped.
This is how this baby looks 24/7, even with a shirt on backwards.
That it makes your shoulders look more buffed when you have it on backwards.
Because they are buff, Kyle.
Super buff.
You see these shoulders? They carry a lot. They carry a lot.
So I feel like I need to play the Trogdor song because
Yeah,
you guys
do it.
don't know Trogdor.
I know who
I'm super
Trogdor is.
sad. Well, they don't.
Oh yeah, the listeners don't.
And there's a Trogdor board game coming out. Did you know that?
Nope.
No. Does he burn little villages and stuff? Is he a dragon?
He better. He's a wiggling dragon, right?
Oh my God! Play this song for Coach.
All right, so I got to change my headphones to Logitech.
Hey, Padre's here.
Oh,
That sounds like Padre. Not wiggling dragon.
It will soon be the wiggling dragon. You wait.
Okay. Here we go. Oh, that's stupid. That's not right.
That's not the one we want.
Where's the
Close.
actual song?
Find it. Find it.
What are you guys doing? What song are you talking about?
Shut up, Padre.
Oh, here's what Strong Bad sounds like. I think I got to turn this down. Or maybe it's just too loud for me.
Once again with the email. Every week, I hope that it's from a female. No, man, not from a female. Hey, Strong Man, can you draw a dragon? I want to see your skills of an artist.
See, that's what Strong
That's-
Bad sounds like.
Yep.
It was definitely Homestar for me. I was looking up Homestar. It was definitely not Strong. I could do Strong Bad.
Okay.
Now here we go into the song.
All right.
Trapdoor was a man. He was a dragon man. And he was just a dragon. But he was still Trapdoor! Trapdoor! Burninating the countryside.
Burninating.
Peasants. Burninating all the people in the thatched roof cottages! Thatched roof cottages! And the trapdoor comes in the night!
Burninating the
There you go.
countryside.
Dagron.
brings a tear to my eye. It's been like what 10 years since I've listened to that.
Oh, that's great.
Trapdoor!
He was a man.
Or maybe it was a dragon man. Maybe it was just a dragon.
I missed some really good cartoons, obviously.
Yeah.
You did.
You know, we had like
Sorry, go ahead.
we had Johnny Quest and we had Speed Racer and we had like real cartoons.
And you had acid to make all those cartoons look like this.
Well, yeah, there was that, but I don't remember much of it.
That's exactly.
I was not always walking with Jesus.
Didn't you say you were going to change your camera around on break? That way it would stop flashing all the time.
Oh, fucking hell. Fine.
I didn't even think of it until now. It just started doing it.
That's okay. Coach forgot his special announcement that he was supposed to do in 15 minutes. Oh, an hour and 25 minutes ago.
Yeah,
don't-
Coach.
I don't remember.
What was your surprise
Any of
other than
this.
going shirtless? You had a surprise.
Yeah. Don't tell me it was that view that you gave.
It was you, buddy. It was you.
Oh, I'm the special
It
surprise.
was special.
He's the special surprise.
No.
Looking pretty good, man.
Me or Coach?
Well, I've already been looking at Coach, so I must
The
be
fuck
talking
it's
about
not me.
compared to being in the hospital forever.
I was only.
Wow, waist
10 days?
up. It looks great.
It was. Yeah.
Get the man some red meat.
I had chicken today. I was quite fortunate that Ryan Ribs Bernie came over. He brought over some smoked chicken wings.
We saw.
Oh, they were stupid good, unbelievable stupid good. And then,
I wish we would have known that Bernie was the one that was close to you.
well, Staniszewski and Bernie are close to me actually.
I know.
So, Padre,
Yes,
do you have Audacity?
yes, I do.
Okay, get that started.
Should I be
so it
turning
can
that
get
on
you
now?
something.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
hitting
get it on
record,
now.
right?
So,